Everyone got a big misconception thinking it's either one side is right, one side is wrong. Truth be told, the black side can never be wrong because the only thing we're doing is speaking truth. Truth be told, it's just the rejection of reality from the other side that they make excuses just to face the truth. Because if billions of people tell you something that's true from their lived experience and you reject them, then you just reject the truth. That's just how that is. That's simply how that is. Just a rejection of the truth. It's to fail reality or to believe that your reality is based on a lie. I had a brother say, you better at stealing than lying. But you damn sure ain't better at telling the truth. You damn sure ain't better at telling the truth, saying the truth, feeling the truth, living in truth, having hearts, being passionate, being real. You can't. It's not in your DNA, like K-Dot said. Even this right here, stole by a white guy. Let me tell you how Taco Bell started. White guy had a hot dog stand. He seen Mexicans selling burritos and tacos out the ass. So you know what he did? He colonized it. Created a taco restaurant. That taco restaurant became Taco Bell. Truth be told, cultural appropriation. How you think Express came about? That shit ain't Chinese food. White man came. He liked the food. He wanted to monetize it, sell it. The only loyalty he have is to the green. Heart compassion. That's just out the window. You roll the window up so y'all don't hear the wind blow. Now, I met more people What's up? I met more people as addicted to meat. I said, bro, you don't have no energy. The only thing you eat is meat. Like no veggies. I say veggies. They say, ugh. I say, ooh. I know your colon dirty. Hey, you ain't doing no veggies? Only meat? Ugh. You stink. I would not have sex with you. I'm going my seatbelt. I gotta go get some gas. I don't want y'all to hear that beeping. But yeah, they have only loyalty to themselves. They think once black people get on the same pedestal, we're gonna stoop to their level and revenge, kill them. That's what they think natively because that's all they know. That's what they would do because they're very inhumane. You know, they believe in murder. They don't believe in forgiveness. Conquer. Every time they say, "Oh, we didn't steal the land, we conquered." What's the difference? You killed people and then you took it from them? Oh, the difference is you killed them and took it from them. You didn't just take it from them. You killed them and took it from them. Conquered. Make it make sense. But you can't tell them that because they believe it's right. There are more white people fighting for 4th of July, the corporation, and enslaved black people 100 years even after the corporation been established. So if you black celebrating 4th of July, that is kind of like crazy. Like, what are you celebrating? Being a slave for 100 years? Being in Jim Crow for the other 100 years? And just now getting out of segregation for the other last 50? You gotta make this shit make sense. Like, racism still exists. It's not a black and white thing. It's a white oppressed black people, and then, you know, they torture black people. They hate black people. They hate black people. And, you know, that's it. You know, and they're going to try to do whatever they can to keep black people down. There's no secret. There's no give this side and that side. No, there's no sides to it. Just one side is evil and the other side is right. And the other side think the other side is going to take revenge out on it if they have peace with them. Like, natively, black people will be mad with each other and forgive everybody. Churros. That's what I'm eating. Oh. Racism is still alive. If you don't know what racism, come to America. Come to America if you never experienced racism. This shit is real. It'll kill you just because they feel like it. And you have to always be on your P's and Q's out here. You're more educated than them as a melanated person. Always. Sandra, Mike, Cyrus. Come on, man. And the crazy thing is, white people, black people don't classify all white people as the same white people, but white people classify all colored people as the same. No, there's different tribes of colored people. That's the harsh reality. They do everything 5 times worse than what they put on the melanated man. They want to say drug problem. Let's look at fentanyl, poppy, heroin. Where all that is grown at. And primarily white states, Montana, Idaho, you know, PNW. But when it comes to black things, a lot of stuff have been systematically programmed to be placed onto the black community that most people believe is true. And the harsh reality is not. You know, I don't eat cheeseburgers. I do eat cheeseburgers, but that's not like a... People that do that, they stink. But yeah, they always call a melanated person stink. But yeah, they eat cheeseburgers and cheese and dairy products and stuff all the time, nonstop. Like, and they call us stink, but yet their whole body is filled with gunk. Like, you know what I'm saying? They never really knew how to do anything until they got around the right people. You know what I'm saying? Like, the humans. But that just perceived reality. Guys, I gotta get gas. Gas out here. You see? Hey, that's all they know. They don't know anything else. You know why he said that? Because he literally just proved my point. You have a perceived perception of what a melanated person is without knowing exactly what a melanated person is. Just hate. Genuinely, just hate. And you wonder why, like, countries like Iran support black people, black Americans, and they don't support you. Oh, you're black. Well, fuck you then, dude. But yeah, it's just hate. A lot of people just hate melanated people. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even know the tribe of melanated people. That's the crazy part. You don't even know what tribe this guy is coming from. I don't want all my money in this guy. That's already what about. That's enough. That's enough. That's a half a tank right there. I need to fill my tank up. I need to go ahead and put a 40 ball, but I put a 20 ball in it just now. Cause it's bill day and all kinds of bills is popping up. That sound racist. And no such thing as racist for a black person, bro. That is the truth. Like they can't be no racism for a black person, bro. Like there genuinely ain't no racism for a black person. No. No, a black person can't be racist due to the reality of what have been caused upon them. How is it racism when Caucasian people came from here to enslave black people 400 years ago, which isn't very long, actually, if you think about it. Came over here to enslave black people, people of color, Native Americans, Asians, Mexicans, Aztecs, as I like to call them. I don't even like to say Mexicans. Like, that's just torture. And so now, since we live in an equal playing field society, whites have got people to believe that it's racism. So that's why you have people like Elon Musk fighting to, for discrimination against, people of white inheritance. But it's a problem when black people do it. That's why they're trying to take away. That's why definitely why they're trying to erase Black history. That's why they're trying to take away MLK Day and things of this nature. So it's not it's not racism. It's just the harsh reality that many people is just facing to confront. And like these things are. It's not a side of things. It's just this is what happened, and this is what the other side is speaking of truth. And it's not that it's being hidden or anything of that nature, but it's just like if you want to be on the Uncle Tom and protect Tom and all the white people that you so coherently think that they believe in you or fight for you, bro, that should have never happened, bro. Like, them people don't have melanin, so they can't feel how a person of color feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not all white people. Some people say it's just the synagogue of Jews, white people. But it's not initially all white people because many white people, you could be black and white, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at the pigmentation of the skin, then you could be black or white, and you could be, you know, any type of race, off of the pigmentation of the skin. But if you're saying off of the ethnicity or the inheritance or the bloodline of that person, you have different types of white people. And then don't say, oh, Irish was enslaved. Yeah, I mean, that's them. You still have fair skin in America. I mean, you can still clean up, go get a job and not face racial stereotypes. Like, you don't have to worry about that. And even if you're black, and you say, oh, I don't have to face racial stereotypes. Yeah, you do. You know what I'm saying? Your Uncle Tom ass dude, you reject your culture. Like, you reject, yeah, your culture, and you reject initially who you are natively. Like, so that's the thing. You lose your native tongue, of how you've been raised from your people to fit into society that's not even acceptable of you. So therefore, you know what I'm saying, you can't even be true to yourself at this point because you'll degrade your own race. You're just no difference than Uncle Ruckus off the Boondocks, truth be told. While there's more ignorant white people that I met in the world than they is black people. You know what I'm saying? So everything that the Caucasian race say about melanated people is everything I seen the Caucasian race do. You know what I'm saying? Hood, ghetto. I've been raised in an all, black household, you know what I'm saying? Around black success, around black doctors, black lawyers, black bankers, black, I've been raised around some successful black people, but here the thing is, I go around the white people, they feel like they're better than me. And I damn sure know you ain't grew up in a house bigger than the house I grew up in. You know what I'm saying? 3-story floors, black family with a big garden in the backyard. Come on now, but yeah, due to the melatonin on my skin, you feel superior. And so that's why you have black people that been raised around their friends in high school think that they're better than other black people and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not the truth of it. That's just like you can't be real to yourself. Especially like how I see the racist dude say, Future had put out a song is he was arguing with the dude saying Molly Perkins. I mean, that's cool because it's a cool ass song, but that his black creative art. If that man is expressing his art that way, that's him expressing his art that way. That doesn't define the characteristics of that man or a society just because the society love exactly the emotions that man expressed. That his freedom or right to express himself how he want to be expressed. That's called freedom. You know what I'm saying? Freedom of creativity, freedom of life, freedom to express your experience. Now, if you've been in that environment that says that, then yeah. If you've been in an environment that says trap life, then yeah. If you've been in an environment that says gospel life, then yeah. But you have to realize that a Christian is someone that a Muslim might not fuck with. You have to realize that a Muslim is someone that you might not fuck with. So what's the difference between someone saying that Molly Percocets and someone saying I'm on painkillers? What's the difference between a person that's saying Molly Percocets and someone that's going to the doctor's office or smoking weed? Like every other nation, every other country in this, every other state in this country except marijuana, except the predominantly black states in America, which is predominantly the South. And the South is the only states that we have been illegal and impressed upon being illegal for the last few years, while every other nation where every other state in this nation have been open to marijuana. But yet you say it's a bad thing that all black people smoke. Yeah, well, let's go to Oregon. Let's go to Washington. Let's go to Idaho. Let's go to California. You know what I'm saying? So you have to think systematically. A lot of you black people, would down your own nationality just to get an acceptance of another nationality because of the color of their skin. That's the fucked up part about it, because you judge IQ, education, live experience, and intelligence based off of the melatonin of a person's skin. And so that's what's wrong about it. You know what I'm saying? So educate yourself on exactly what it takes to be a melanated man before you can start coming in and, bootlicking, as they would say, Bro, just get out of the way. Look at that white dude all in the way and shit. Down south. No, bro. Down south has the most successful black people in areas in the country. I don't know if you know that or not, but niggas down south has the most successful amount of black people in the country. That's where most black communities is established, bro. Because that's where, if you know anything about the slave trade or anything of that, you know it started in South Carolina. That's where slave ships arrived, in Charleston. That was the biggest port. So it's just like you got to educate yourself, bro. You have to educate yourself. No, it's not good weed. I don't even smoke weed, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even smoke weed. It's just a herb anyway. You know what I'm saying? People like you need to smoke weed because you have insecurities about yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you have to smoke weed to cope with the feeling that you can't face the harsh reality, and that harsh reality comes from your depression. You have an internal feeling you have to dang on face, and you never faced that feeling before. And so that's cities. So, truth be told, get my burrito. Get my burrito. Truth be told. You gotta educate yourself, man. And you say you black, but what kind of black are you? You native black? You Uganda black? You know what I'm saying? You Caribbean black? You know what I'm saying? Kind of black are you? You know what I'm saying? Are you Uncle Tom black? You know what I'm saying? You African black? Or you know what I'm saying? You Asian black? Hey, there's some different types of black people, bro. You gotta educate yourself. You know? Or you Uncle Tom black? Uncle Ruckus black? Think your history started in slave black? You know what I'm saying? 400 years ago, try to be that black. You like watching people you have way more than. I don't think you have more than anything, bro. Truth be told, I don't think you have anything. And if you say you have more than me, then kudos to you. You know what I'm saying? Kudos to you, big dog. It's America. It's another day in America. Go get you some money, fuck nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you don't really have stuff. You have hate, and you can have a whole lot more hate than me, and that's a not a good thing. But if that's the route you choose to do, then that's your God-given right to choose. You know what I'm saying? How can I be a racist? A racist can't be black. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How can a black man be racist? Black person can't be racist. I'm gonna be racist. How? Make it make sense. A black person can't be racist. How can a black person be racist? Tell me that. How can a black person be racist? How can a black person be racist? Tell me that. When we are the people that been tortured, that get killed by the police, that get, drugged through the mud. Are you not educated? How can a black person be racist? Please enlighten me on that right there. I want you to give me 5 to 10 scenarios of how a black person can be racist. That's what I want to know. In the land that oppressed black people on a daily basis, how can a black person be racist? By talking about black excellence, by talking about the education of black people. You know what I'm saying? So please enlighten me on how a black person can be racist. So black success is racist. That's because you feel offended. Because if a black person succeed more than you, you're gonna feel oppressed by that. You see what I'm saying? Because conditioning minds. You know what I'm saying? To think a black person cannot be successful and that's where they supposed to be is ludicrous. You see what I'm saying? Like to think a black person cannot have things and if they do, they did it in a deterrent way. That's a mindset. That's a frame of mind. And so a black person can't really be racist if you think about it. Like it's just truth of what is and what happened. Black people been tortured. Black people get killed. And when a black person speak up about it, it's racist. Think about it. Like, how can a black person be racist? There's no such thing. There's no such thing as that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no form of concept that, a black person could be racist, bro. Like, because simple fact that we face the bottom of the pole. Like, we get killed. No matter the education level of a melanated person to a white person, if a melanated person shows their education to a white person is gonna be offended because it brings out the insecurities of what they could have accomplished. And when a black person comes from the bottom and they succeed, what happens is white people get offended because it brings out their insecurities of what they could have accomplished. When that proves the racism of white people, you had a foot ahead, and that emotion stems from that foot that you had ahead. And so, therefore, that's why you feel hate, because it's a harsh reality that this black person did this, and it creates inertia, it wakes you up, and that's why you say, all right, this person succeeded. I hate that person. That's what a white person says. I hate that person because they succeeded and they come from a bottom burial. They had to face all this oppression. They had to face all this racism, this over cover up shit. It's not. There's no such thing as a black person being racist. No such thing. No such thing. And that's the thing. Like, you could say that, but you don't know what a person has. So, you know what I'm saying? You can't really say you have anything. Truth be told, you probably don't even have much experience. I'm guessing, but you know, if shoe fits, you can wear it. You can wear it. If the shoe fits, you can wear it. But there's no such thing, bro. A black person can't be racist, bro. You have to come to that conclusion. A black person can't be racist. There's no thing like that. No such thing. Like, how can I be racist against someone that tortured my people, that killed my cousins, that killed my brothers, that, oppressed my people on a daily basis? Is fighting back a racist act? Then so let it be. Racist acts that I fight back for the equality of my people. You have to think about that, you know what I'm saying? But is it really a racist act? No, it's not. It's just you don't even know. You see what I'm saying? Like, you genuinely don't even know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do you know it's cannibalism? So that's the only question. So when white people was eating black people and cannibalism was taking place, was that racist? When segregation was happening, was that racist? When enslavement was happening, was that racist? When Jim Crow laws was happening, was that racist? You see what I'm saying? When cops bat the slave catchers, the bass catchers, the slave bash catchers, when they shoot black people and just lock up white people, is that racist? Is it systematically programmed for them to get their quota of people up inside of jailhouses? Is that racist? And they target specifically melanated men of color that have guns, which actually is a right they should have, like the Cyrus kid. Even if he had a gun, so what? White kids have guns. Why is this a problem that a black kid have a gun? Let's talk about this racism. Why is it a problem when a black kid have a gun, but it's not a problem for a white kid to have a gun? Talk about that. Is that racist? You have to think, like, it's one side or the other side. There's different types of white people. There's different types of black people. You see what I'm saying? If you're not caught on to this, then you part of the racist for not acknowledging the truth. I have to think that way, man. Not acknowledging the truth and rejecting for insecurity reasons is ignorance. That's the definition of ignorance. That's the definition of not living by truth. That's the definition of living a lie and accepting that lie. That's racism. You know what I'm saying?
That's the unhumane part. That's where you guys feel like melanated people are beneath you. When everything that I see a white person talk about of color, I see that same white person do. And just because I point that out, I got called a racist. That's crazy. White people are more prone to doing drugs, being on drugs, drug distribution. They talk about drugs openly. They do more types of drugs than melanated people, and they manufacture drugs. They does that. But initially, for a black person, a lot of black people don't do drugs. My first time ever being around drugs, like in my adult life, have been around white people. First time, every crazy drug I ever been around have been around white people. I ain't never been around no drugs around black people. Like never. Well, white people, you get around white people, they're on drugs heavy, like hard drugs. And it's scary because the same things that they say about melanated people, that's what they do. So I think the anger is just a self reflection of the things that they see in their community, and they expect melanated people to have the same output in their community. But in reality, nah, we like to wash our food before doing shit. All right, so that that's just that's just them. Like, you know what I'm saying? They do that. You know what I'm saying? That's just them. You know what I'm saying? Like they they believe in divide and conquer. Like you can't. They don't say steal. They say conquer. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what they say. I don't even know who that is, but they say conquer. That's the word. So not steal, conquer, conquer. You know what I'm saying? Which means, let's look that up. Let's look that word up. Conquer. It's a very simple word. Very simple word. Which is Conquer. Very simple word. Conquer. To gain control, possess, or mastery over something through force, effort, or oppression. Or opposing. Let me get the word right. So, therefore, divide and conquer, you force your way onto something. That's just like you pedophiles could say y'all just took the pussy. Like how y'all president said it, grab her by the pussy. Let's not forget he said that, right? Let's not forget he said that, right? Because he did say, grab her by the what? What did Donald Trump say? Grab her by the what? Okay, make it make sense. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's just natively in your nature is to divide and conquer, divide and take. All right. So that's kind of like, how can, you point the same things that you say about another person to you? You know what I'm saying? You got to make this shit make sense. Gotta make it make sense. Gotta make it make sense. Who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? Yeah. Dude got up here and said, I have more things than you. Bro watched me eat a fucking Taco Bell and explain where Taco Bell originated from and said he had more things. But, boy, I went to go get gas just now. And I'm about to go work on my computer right now. And I'm in the second state that I live in right now. But, flexing and saying that, you just show that, you don't have shit. But yeah, man, you gotta think about that shit. Black people can't be racist, man. That's just my conclusion for you guys today. Black people can't be racist. You can't be black and racist. There's no such thing. Tacos are Chinese. Duh, everyone knows that shit. Tacos is Chinese. Okay. 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 A black person can't be racist because the only thing we do is tell the truth of the oppression that we face. That's it. That's it. No matter you rich nigga, dark nigga, light nigga, house nigga, field nigga, like pole nigga, street nigga, church nigga, like we just share the experience, our live experience that is stereotyped it by every other nationality. Everybody want everybody want the black experience. Let me explain. Everybody want the benefits of being black, but nobody wants the consequences of being black. That's the truth. Everybody want the benefits of being black, but nobody want the consequences. Everyone want a stereotype of black person and don't know anything about a black person. You automatically assume a person might be a Christian. That nigga might be a Muslim. He might be an atheist. He might be a Buddhist. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like you stereotyping these things, but you don't really have no conception of what that melanated man is. So therefore, you can't even tell the truth of what is what ain't. You just going off of what your brain thinks. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't have, you know what I'm saying? You don't have the mental capacity to sit down and think about, oh, this is what is or this is what ain't. Nah, you don't think like that. You know what I'm saying? Because most melanated people is what treated like shit and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just the truth. That's the truth. You can ask any melanated person that shit. That's just the truth. Truth. That truth hurt. When you tell them white people that truth, when you tell the Uncle Tom niggas that truth, that they acting like Jerry or Tom or Scott or whatever, and then getting away, that shit hurt. That shit hurt. Let me move my camera over here. Let me see if it get a little reach. It really don't. It really don't. It really don't. Mm-mm-mm. It really don't get no reach. The truth hurts. When you tell a person of another nationality the truth about a melanated man, that shit hurts. That hurts them to the core because they hate to believe the truth that melanated man is smart. You know why it hurts the truth? Because it breaks their stereotypes and their false beliefs of what a melanated man is. That's why it hurts. You see what I'm saying? When you break barriers like that, it hurts people. You know what I'm saying? It hurts them to the core. You know what I'm saying? Because you're forcing them to face a reality that they can't face. That's why it hurts. That's why it hurts, man. Game over.